وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد سيد الأولين والآخرين وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين، ورضي الله عن صحابته الغر الميامين وعنا معهم برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. أما بعد، فالسلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
الله قال الله العظيم في كتابه الكريم. And I always like to start with the Quran because the Quran is the most beautiful thing. And it's a beautiful blessing to start with the Quran Kareem, Kitab Rabbil Alameen. And if you start with the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it seems like things always get easier and things always get more blessed. Allah Jalla Jalaluhu said in the Quran, بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لقد جاءكم رسول من أنفسكم عزيز عليه ما عنتم حريص عليكم بالمؤمنين رؤوف رحيم.
سبحان الله سبحان الله.
The ayah means لقد جاءكم. You have gotten, you have received, you have been sent. رسول صلى الله عليه وسلم. قد جاءكم رسول منكم, from amongst you. من أنفسكم, from amongst you. حريص عليكم عليه ما عنتم. حريص عليه ما عنتم is very sensitive here. It means it affects him, the calamities that you go through, the hardships that happen to you hurts him. He worries about you. He cares for you. He thinks about you. حريص عليه ما عنتم. What you suffer is very dear to him. The things that you go through are very special to him. He is there with your thoughts. He is there with you in his thoughts and his prayers. Sallallahu alaihi wa alaihi. And that is no wonder, because you see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when he tells us about Prophet sallallahu alaihi wa sallam in the akhirah, and the Nabi himself, he tells us, Ummati, Ummati. He worries about his ummah. حريص عليه ما عنتم أو عفوا عزيز عليه ما عنتم حريص عليكم بالمؤمنين رؤوف رحيم. عزيز عليه ما عنتم حريص عليكم بالمؤمنين رؤوف رحيم. That is also tells you he is Ra'uf Rahim. Ra'uf Rahim. Ra'uf is caring and Rahim is merciful. Two of the attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah Ra'uf and Rahim. والنبي الأعظم صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم, in the matter of creation, also is Ra'uf Rahim. But I want to stop at the first word. لَقَدْ جَاءَكُمْ رَسُولٌ min anfusikum, from amongst you. Why does Al-Quran Kareem tell us that you have got a prophet from amongst you? What's the difference? Because if the Prophet ﷺ was from the Malaika, then people will say, look, you know, how can we follow his sunnah? He's a Malaika. I'm not a Malaika. He's a Malaika, therefore he can do these things, we can't. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam a human being, unlike human beings, a human being that is better than Malaika. In other words, and this is something that we come to, there are three kinds. You see, the human being struggles with their inner self. Some people who struggle with their inner self, and they win. The desire tells you to do this. Easy tells you to do this, this tells you to do this, and you win. You put the best behavior on, you put your human behavior, you put your Islamic morals, etiquettes, codes, ethics, and you win. Or no, you succumb to the desires and to aggressions on people and to transgressions on people and to doing wrongs and to cheating and lying, and what happens? Your nafs controls you and your desires control you, and in that sense, sometimes even animals become better than some of the behaviors of some people. Yani, the human being can act so nobly that this human being can reach the levels of angels and even surpass the level of angels. Of course, not for the layman, but for the Anbiya. Or can abandon these fine, noble meanings that came and are attached to the human being, and ثُمَّ رَدَدْنَاهُ أسفل سافلين خلقنا الإنسان في أحسن تقويم. Allah says, إِنَّا خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ فِي أَحْسَنِ تقويم. We have given a human being the best of things, the best of the creation. يعني in matters of creation, you are a perfect creation that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created. Look at you. Allah says, وَفِي أَنفُسِكُمْ أَفَلَا تُبْصِرُونَ. All you have to do is look in yourself. You will see miracles and miracles every single day. People look for miracles outside. People look for miracles on this and the clouds and earth. But you are a walking miracle. Every single cell, you have billions of cells. You are made up of billions of cells. Every single cell has a packaging center, has a production center, has a factory, has minerals, iron, sodium, calcium, potassium, magnesium. Everything that you see out in the world is in these simple cells that you have inside of you. These cells now, you have reflection of the light, you see different colors, you have this. Subhanallah. وَفِي أَنفُسِكُمْ أَفَلَا تُبْصِرُونَ is in yourself. You don't have to look farther, you have to just look at yourself and you see. Therefore, when you look at things, there are different ways of, intellectual ways, let's say, of proving the existence of the Creator subhanahu wa ta'ala. The Bedouins in the old days, of course you can go about it the Aristotle way. Aristotle and Nicomacheus and Kafka and Nietzsche, we can go about it that way. That's also an intellectualization of, what is the concept, etc., etc., especially the old philosophers. But the Bedouins in the Arabian desert, 1400 years ago, they asked one Bedouin, they said, how can you prove that that Allah exists or the Creator exists? He says, الصَّنْعَةُ تَدُلُّ عَلَى الصَّانِعِ. The creation leads you to the Creator. If someone can create something as perfect as this creation, he is worthy of being the Creator subhanahu wa ta'ala. He is worthy of being worshipped subhanahu wa ta'ala. Anyway, لَقَدْ جَاءَكُمْ رَسُولٌ مِّنْ أَنفُسِكُمْ. He's from amongst yourselves. Why is he from amongst yourselves? So he can be a practical example. So he can be an example that we can follow and we can appreciate. There is another narration for this. The Quran came in 7 different riwayat. Another riwayah says this, لَقَدْ جَاءَكُمْ رَسُولٌ مِّنْ أَنفَسِكُمْ. Not أنفسكم, أنفسكم. أنفسكم is plural of nafs, means yourselves. أنفسكم comes from nafis. And nafis means the most rarest of things. The most rarest of jewelry is called nafis. He is among the most valuable of elements, sallallahu ta'ala alaihi wa sallam. That's the Prophet you have, sallallahu alaihi wa sallam. لَقَدْ جَاءَكُمْ رَسُولٌ مِّنْ أَنفُسِكُمْ عزيز عليه ما عنتم حريص عليكم بالمؤمنين رؤوف رحيم. You see, people